we have a young man who saved the day for all of the men in the audience. For the first time, we will hear a gentleman coming up to speak, Freeman. And I don't know very much about Mr. Freeman. We all will get to know him at the same time. And look forward to what you have to say. Freeman.
Hello, Lawrence County. Thank you for having me.
Good morning.
My name is Kyle Freeman, and I'm running to send Lindsey Graham home in 2026. Before I get into that, I'd like to share a quick story with you. So there's a mom that's cooking a roast, and her daughter's watching. And as she's getting the roast ready, she cuts all 4 corners off the roast. And her daughter says, "Why do you do that? That seems wasteful." And she says, "Well, that's the way I've always been taught to do it. I've always done it that way. That's what my mother showed me." So they go to the mother, and they ask, "Why do you cut all 4 corners off the roast?" She says, "I've always done it that way. That's just how you're supposed to do it. That's how my sister taught me." So they call up the sister. "Why do you cut all 4 corners off the roast?" She says, "That's the only way I could get it to fit in the pan." As the environment changes, as our political landscape changes, and as the general zeitgeist of our country changes, we as a party have to change with it. That means new strategies, new candidates, and a new path forward. That's why I'm so excited about the Democracy Builders program, because focusing on the hyper-local level is one way to do that. And one of the things that you hear quite often, you've even heard it today, is you have to be rich to run for office, or you have to be retired to run for office, or you have to be well-connected. Well, I am a working class man. I'm 36. I work a night shift job in logistics. I was an essential worker during COVID. And the truth is, I'm going against very many grains by running for office. But Paul Wellstone was a senator of Minnesota, died tragically in a plane accident. But he used to say, politics is about improving people's lives. And while not very many people are going to be as qualified as Ms. Tate here, the real qualification that you need is a moral compass and a dedication to improving people's lives. And if you're willing to do that, then nothing will stop you when you get in there. And I am sick of the political theater. I'm sick of the games that are being played, because these aren't games for us. These are our lives. People are living and dying based on these decisions. It's not a game. And that's one of the reasons why when people say, once Trump's out of here, it'll go back to normal. Well, I'm sorry, but normal wasn't good enough. Normal was income inequality. Normal was people being afraid of getting sick or injured because they can't afford their health care. Normal was a racist system that targeted minorities to create even bigger wealth gaps. Normal was billionaires controlling our politics, controlling our businesses, 5 corporations owning everything. Normal wasn't good enough. We need to do better. It's not about rebuilding, it's about reforming and improving. We need to bolster our Constitution so that somebody like Donald Trump can never do this again. Yeah. And that's one of the things that I want to focus on. Not only that, I want to introduce a constitutional amendment that gives the right to bodily autonomy to every American and end the debate about whether or not the government can tell women what they can do with their bodies once and for all. We also need to focus on getting big money out of our politics. That means overturning Citizens United. That's one of the biggest hurdles that we need to come over. We need to reform our healthcare system. We need to bolster our unions to increase the middle class. And we need to tax billionaires so that they pay their fair share and target strategies specifically that they use to dodge taxes, like hoarding all of their wealth and assets. And you can do all of this while not increasing the taxes of average everyday Americans. And one of the things that I really want to point out, especially when we have this conversation about the $1.8 billion that's gone missing from the State House, is it's very difficult for people to understand the difference between $1 million and $1 billion, because they're very large numbers, but they're also very different numbers. So we're bad at understanding that, but we're really good at understanding time. So I like to tell it in terms of seconds. Do you know how many seconds 1,000,000 seconds is? Do you know how long 1,000,000 seconds is? It's 11 and a half days. Do you know how long 1 billion seconds is? 31 and a half years. So the difference between $1 million and $1 billion is approximately $1 billion. So when we're talking about people that have hundreds of billions of dollars, we're talking about not somebody that made in clever investment opportunities or business practices. We're talking about a computer glitch in capitalism. And that needs to be corrected. But right now, these people have a stranglehold on our politics because the people that have been there, that have established, that have been in power for so long, have gotten used to relying on those billionaires to stay in power. I don't want their money. I don't want their influence. I want to go in there and help improve people's lives. And that means reforming the system outright, gutting these issues from the root. And so I hope that you'll take that into consideration moving forward going into June. And I hope that you'll understand that really the only qualification that you need to run for office is a good heart and a dedication to helping people. And please sign up to be a democracy builder, because none of this happens if we don't have the local level. That means all of you getting involved. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak. Y'all be safe.